the first, as you were introducing, I'm like, "Ooh, who is this fine specimen he talking about, right?" This wonderful fine specimen he's talking about. But I appreciate you so much, sir. Just being under your leadership for the past 10 years. I cannot say enough. I mean, you have truly been instrumental in a lot of the success that I've been able to have, and it is because of your leadership skills. It's because of your passion. It is because of your purpose, and you just really making sure that everyone has everything that they need in order to elevate and to grow to be amazing leaders. And so I must say that I couldn't see myself here if it had not been for 10 years ago saying yes to you as we met each other on social media as strangers. So thank you so much for all your leadership and, of course, all that you do. I appreciate you. You know, I love you to the moon and back and then around the corner. All right. So great evening, everyone. Again, welcome to our Wednesday night leadership mastery call. You guys have already seen me. I kind of hosted tonight's call. But I am super excited because, guys, listen, we are already well into April, about to go into May. It's exciting because we are launching a new product, okay, a new slimming system to the marketplace. No other company in this industry has this product on the market. So we are going to be the first, all right? One of the things that I absolutely love about, being a part of Total Life Changes is that they're always innovative, okay? They're always putting something new out into the market. It's always the new, okay? And so every time they do something new, we have an opportunity, right? We have an opportunity to really grow and expand our business. So I want you guys to really, really get excited about that because we are definitely in a position to win, all right? But Total Life Changes provides us with the products, okay? But people are not joining Total Life Changes. They are joining us. They're joining people. All right. People join people. They don't join just because of the products. And when people join you, they have to know that they can count on you. Okay. They have to know that they can count on you. And in order for you to reach people, you have to open up your mouth. And I know this may sound redundant, right? Because we've been talking about presenting for a minute, okay? I think we start talking about presenting and doing your own presentations like back in March. Okay. Yeah, we did when it was a part of the March Madness Directors Challenge. Okay. So we've been talking about presenting since March. Mr. Scott has been talking about presenting since February. Okay. Mr. Scott always talks about making sure that we are presenting the information. And it may sound redundant to some of you. Some of you are brand new and some of you have been with us since the beginning. Some of you have been with us for a while. So it may sound redundant, but guys, the truth is those who are, presenting are the people who are able to make the money. Okay. The people who are doing the presentations are the people who are able to make the money. And the truth is, if you've seen or been on maybe um, three presentations or more, you know what to do and you know what to say, right? You just have to build up your confidence and just make it happen. Just really get out there and do it, right? So tonight I want to go because we hear about, making sure that you got to present, download the presentation, and just read. But sometimes people need a little bit more information, okay? And I understand that. But everybody has a different level of learning. Everyone has a different level of listening. Everyone has a different level of presenting. But by the end of this call tonight, everybody is going to know exactly what to do. So I want you guys to make sure that you have your pen and your notebook and that you are taking notes. Okay. Please take notes. You guys are ready. If you're ready, type a one into the comment section. I want to make sure that you're able to take notes. Okay, I see one. Okay. I want to make sure I see some ones. Sharon, I don't see your one. Okay. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure. Now, I remember when I got started with Mr. Scott, and one of the things that he used to say, and not used to say, one of the things that he says, it always stuck with me, and that was learning how to keep your finger on the pulse of your organization. Okay, knowing exactly what's going on within the organization, and it doesn't have to do with just your numbers. Okay, you can keep your finger on the pulse of your organization just based off of the activity, based on the attitude of your organization. There's certain things that as you grow as a leader, you start to pay attention to. Okay. And I can say that under Mr. Scott's leadership, I have learned the skill to be able to assess what's going on in the industry, assess what's going on in the company, assess what's going on within the team, assess what's going on within the organization. And the more that you apply yourself, of course, you're going to start to, be able to tell yourself, okay? And it's a necessary skill. It really is. Because if you want your organization to grow, okay, and how many of you guys on here want to have a growing and thriving organization? Just put your hands up just to make sure. I just want to, okay. We want to have a growing organization. We want to have a thriving organization. We want to have an organization that is duplicatable, because when your business duplicates, that's how you're able to earn that residual income. Okay. And we want to be in a position where we can start to earn residual income. Earning income every week is amazing. Earning income every day is super exciting. But earning that residual income, okay, every single month, man, that is a relaxing feeling, okay? Being able to know that you have that income coming in every single month, that is an amazing feeling, okay? And we want to get to that amazing, relaxing, exciting feeling every single month, okay? Absolutely. Okay, me. Okay, me too. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of go over how to present. Okay, how to actually present. Yes, it's very simple to bring up the slides and read off the slides, but there is a system within the system of presenting. Okay, and I don't know if Mr. Scott, if you can bring up the slides. If not, it's okay. But I did want to have a point of reference if that is at all possible, right? But the first thing when it comes to a presentation, okay, is hosting, okay? It's actually hosting the call. That is the first part of the presentation, okay? So number one is hosting. When you are hosting a call, okay, you are the first voice that people hear. You are the first face that people see. Your energy has to be felt through the screen, okay? Now, we want people to be authentic and be themselves, of course, when you are hosting a call, but also keep in mind when you are hosting the call, you are setting the tone. And the tone of the call is we want to get new customers and we want to get new business partners. Now, how many of you, by show of hands, would love to join a business where people are just dry and boring? Okay. How many of you do, by show of hands, how many of you would want to join business with someone who is dry and boring? Okay, by a show of hands, how many of you would love to join a business with someone who is dry and boring? Okay, I didn't see any hands, right? Because I know I wouldn't want to either. Okay, so when you are hosting, again, people are looking at you first. People are hearing you first. People are feeling your energy first. So when you're hosting the call, guys, you have to be excited. You have to bring the energy, okay? You want to welcome people to the call. When people start to come on, you want to welcome people to the call. And this is what I want you guys to do, right? When you put in number one, when you write down number one and you put down hosting, put next to number one, 2 to 3 minutes, okay? Because we're going to do a presentation in 30 minutes or less. So when you're hosting, 2 to 3 minutes, all right? Now, you want to welcome people to the call, right? You want to get them engaged. You want to get them excited. And when you're getting people engaged, right, as people are coming on, if you can see their names, okay, and you can understand their names, you can read their names, because sometimes people get on the call, you don't know how to pronounce their name, but the ones that you can, okay, you want to say, hey, what's going on, Corey? Welcome to the call, okay? Hey, what's going on, Ashley? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You want to call out people, you want to get them engaged. You want to ask questions because you want people to type into the chat, right? You want to ask questions like, how many of you are guests on the line? Put a number one in the comment section, okay? Where are you guys tuning in from, or where are you chiming in from? Okay, put your city and state in the chat section. You want to get people engaged. Bring the energy. Okay, someone's saying that they can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm not sure, Michelle. Make sure that your mic is connected. Make sure that your audio is connected because everybody's saying that they can hear me. Okay. You want to make people feel comfortable, all right? Because they're about to hear some life-changing information. So, of course, hosting the call, bring the energy, get it engaged, smile, make people feel happy, make people feel comfortable. And when you're hosting, it should only take you about, like, just say, for instance, the call is starting at 9, okay? You want to go ahead and introduce people are there as they're coming on. You want to log in early, all right? I don't know if you guys ever notice, but whenever, okay, we can hear a reset. Okay. Whenever I am hosting a call, if you guys ever notice, I'm always on 5 minutes beforehand. Okay. And I do that because I want to make sure that, of course, I'm respecting the call. I'm always early, but also other people will start to log in early. Okay. Sometimes people log in early just to see if you guys are serious. Sometimes you have people who are real business people and they want to see if you're going to be on time, if you're going to be late, if you're going to be early. So I always come in 5 minutes early and I start bringing people in then, right? And I don't start to introduce the speaker of the call until about 2 to 3 minutes into the call. So I'll start the hosting process about 9:03. Okay. 9:03. So remember, we got 2 to 3 minutes, right? At 9:03, I am now about to start introducing the speaker. Okay. So number two is the introduction. All right. The introduction. Now, the introduction, um, that should only take you about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. So next to the introduction, put down 3 to 4 minutes. All right. Now, when you are introducing the speaker, all right, remember, you've already set the tone, you've already set the stage, the energy is going, everybody's excited. They want to hear what you have to say next. Okay. Now, when you introduce the speaker, you still want to introduce yourself to the guest. Okay. You do not have to give a full background story of who you are, where you grew up, all that other kind of stuff, right? Something as simple as, hey guys, welcome to the call. Thank you so much for joining us. I am your host, Coach Catherine. Okay. I am Coach Catherine out of Canada. I love that. Coach Catherine out of Canada, right? And I have the absolute pleasure to be able to introduce our speaker for the evening. So when you're introducing, because I see this happen a lot of people to a lot of people do this, I should say. And I think it's all really nerves, but as soon as they start the introduction, they forget all about themselves. Okay. They go straight into introducing the speaker. Don't nobody know who's been talking to them for the past 3 to 4 minutes. They have absolutely no idea. Okay. So just make sure that you introduce yourself, and then that leads you to introducing the speaker. Okay. Now, as you are introducing the speaker before the call, guys, just make sure that you have the correct edification points. Okay. If it's someone that we already know, like for me, I don't necessarily need edification points for Mr. Scott because I have I've been knowing him for 10 years. So I pretty much know what to say. But if you're, introducing somebody, make sure that you're getting the edification points. All right. And most of us on this call, we kind of already know each other. Again, some of you may be new, but if you've been on the calls, guys, if you've been on more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 calls, okay, you should know some of the things about some of the people who are presenting. Okay. So make sure that you have that before the call. Make sure that you are genuine when you are introducing the speaker. Okay. Make sure that it is authentic. Make sure that it is coming from the heart because people can feel you. Okay. Remember, again, you're the first person they hear and the first person they see. So when you're introducing the speaker, make sure that it's genuine, it's real. Okay. You have the edification points beforehand, and that should only take you about 3 to 4 minutes of intro. I mean, 2 to 3 minutes. And of course, you go into the introduction, right? So that is just the hosting. All right. We're just at the hosting. Now, when it comes to the actual presentation, if you are actually the presenter, all right, your opening, we always just say, make sure you have an elevator pitch. How many of you heard of the elevator pitch? Right? First impressions, all right? All these different things. You want to make sure that you have your introduction down packed, okay? Because people have never seen you before, some have, okay? But people have never seen you, they've never heard you. So you want to make sure as you're giving your introduction that it is impactful and that it is actually bringing people to want to get to hear more, okay? They want to hear what you're talking about. They're interested. You're piquing their interest in just your introduction, your opening. Okay. And your opening, guys, should only take about 3 to 4 minutes. Now, you don't have to go when you're introducing yourself, you don't have to go back to a whole storyline of I'm Jenny from around the block, and I used to dance back in the day. I was a fly girl back in 1987, and then in 88, I met this guy in 88, and then this guy, he introduced me to this, and then in 89, I got a record deal, and then in 1990, okay, like you don't have to go into all of that, right? You don't have to go. And then 1990, I got married. And then I remember my husband was like, you know what, babe, you know what we should do? We should go over to England. Listen, guys, you don't have to do it. Mr. Scott, listen, don't laugh at me, but I'm serious. Right, exactly. What had happened was, no, 3 to 4 minutes is all that you need in order to introduce yourself to the people. Okay. You want to make sure, don't laugh at me, Miss Peggy. You want to make sure that, like I say the same thing over and over again. A lot of you who have heard me, you already know I'm going to talk about my kneecap in the front, my kneecap in the back. I'm going to talk about, oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Also, before you start your introduction, make sure that you edify the host. Thank you. I have it written down, didn't even see it. Make sure that you go back and you edify the host. Once the host introduces you, edify the host, and then you go into your introduction. Remember, again, all of this should only take about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. 3 to 4 minutes. As I was saying, your story, I have the same story. I've been using the same story for years. It's about time for me to switch up my story and add some more flavor. But people kind of know, right? I'm talking about the same thing because I'm on a time frame in my mind, right? I'm on a time frame in my mind. I want to be able to, connect with the people so they know a little bit about me. They know a little bit about my background. They know that I'm a mother. They know I was a hairstylist. I retired, all these different things. So your elevator pitch, right? Make sure that it is like 3 to 4 minutes. Get your connection. Make sure people know your background story. And then you want to go into why you are there. Why are you here? What are we about to talk about? Why are people actually listening to you? Okay. And this is where the presentation actually starts. Now, if you guys ever notice when I am actually presenting and after I share my story and I go into, including my leadership, right? My sponsor, I talk about the gentleman that I met who introduced me to, okay? I always talk about because, the reason I do that is because a lot of times after the call, right after the calls, the people that I'm connected with, they're going to meet them anyway. okay? Because I'm going to do my three-way calls, right? A lot of times when other people are presenting, it doesn't matter. You still want to edify your sponsor so that people can already get an idea. Exactly, Corey. The edification hot potato. People want to get an idea that it is not just you, but it's you plus leaders. It's you plus other people who have been able to have success, right? So you always want to make sure that you're edifying your sponsor, okay? Edify your sponsor. Edify your sponsor, the person that introduced you to this business, the person that opened up your mind to this business, the person that puts your ears and your eyes in front of the information. Edify your sponsor, okay? If they are your active sponsor, okay, your plugged in sponsor, you definitely want to, say their names, give them a shout out. Now, if they have dipped off into la la land somewhere else, you can just say, a lady or a gentleman or whatever, introduce me to this business, whatever, okay? So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you are edifying your sponsor, all right? Edification is definitely key when it comes to this business. So you want to do it in your introduction, right? Now, we're going to go from introducing yourself to the presentation. Again, as I was saying, after I talk about myself a little bit, it brings me to, the company. What got me to Total Life Changes? What got me to Total Life Changes was I needed a change. I needed to retire. I didn't know how to retire. And then this gentleman by the name of Mr. Jason L. Scott the first introduced me to this awesome and amazing opportunity. And I want to share that opportunity with you this evening. Okay. Now, the company that I want to talk about is a company by the name of Total Life Changes. So you always want to make those smooth transitions. Okay, let people know who you are, why you're there, and then talk about the company. Okay, so number two is you want to talk about the company and the leadership. Okay, now next to company and leadership, number two, you want to put down 4 minutes. Okay, this should take you 4 minutes. Now, with the new presentation, I don't know if Mr. Scott was, oh, perfect. I didn't even see it. Now, with the new presentation, we have, of course, and can you give me the next slide, please? Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay. So with the new presentation, it gives you the background information about the company. The company was founded in 1999. In 2011, it gives you the company, the founder ventured into, the network marketing industry. And then here we are in 2025 and Total Life Changes, operates in over 150 different countries around the world and still growing. Now, when you're doing this presentation, guys, you do not have to read everything, okay? Key points, keep it simple, kiss it, and move on, okay? Keep it simple, kiss it, move on, right? Now, next slide, please, Mr. Scott, if you can. Right. The leadership team. Now, guys, you do not have to go into, and I know we love our leadership. We love, Jack and John. We love Twyler and Daryl. We love the leadership team, all that. But we do not have to talk for 10 minutes each on each one of them. All right. This should take you about 4 minutes. Okay. About 4 minutes. You talk about, the owner, Mr. Jack Fallon, who had a mission to provide these, amazing products. Okay. He started the company and then he brought in his best friend, Mr. John Licari, who he worked with on the assembly line in Detroit, Michigan. And those two powerhouses together, we've been able to do some amazing things in this company. And when I tell you they have a passion and a love for helping people and make sure that the company and everyone who partners with the company absolutely wins, these two are amazing. And then, of course, with our rebirth, okay, with our rebirth leadership team, we have Mr. Dale Drake and Twyla Portis. Both have been successful in this industry of home-based business. We're talking about 7 and 8 figure income earners, and we don't make any, medical claims in this company, or we don't make any income claims, guys. But these have been, individuals who are documented as having major success in this industry. That's it. I think that didn't even take me 4 minutes. Okay. That probably took me about 2 to 3 minutes, right? Now, We have tapped into several different industries in this company. We have tapped into weight control. We have tapped into health and wellness. We have tapped into coffee. We have tapped into, I can't even see that, but we tapped into it because y'all know I ain't got my glasses on. We are drop shipping, right? We are a drop shipping company. And of course, now we have tapped into digital marketing. So these are industries that are recession proof. And guys, listen, the way that the world is right now, we need something that is recession proof. Okay. Now, we have so many different products, guys, and I'm not going to share all of the products with you this evening. I'm just going to share a few of our top sellers. Okay. You go into the product offering, right? That's number 3. And your product offering, this should only take you about 7 minutes. Okay. 7 minutes. So far, we are at about 17 to 19, 20 minutes of the presentation. Talk about the 3 products. Talk about the IASOT. Talk about the NutriBurst. Talk about the NRG. Okay. Now, you don't have to know all of the information about the products. Remember, facts tell and stories sell. All right. Facts tell and stories sell. Talk about the IASOT. Talk about your own personal testimony. One of the reasons why um, I see a lot of people, okay, a lot of people who have been able to have major success in this company. Some have not had their own personal testimony, right? But they have other people that they use, and they use their testimonies. Okay. They use other people's testimonies that they start to share. And because they are sharing the information, they're able to have customers. They're able to have people interested enough to purchase a product. They're able to have stories where people are interested enough to actually join the business. So always remember, you don't have to be, turn into Dexter the scientist, but as long as you have stories, because again, facts tell, stories are going to sell every single time. Right? Because nobody really knows all of these different ingredients. We don't know all the ingredients. We don't know what all the ingredients do. Even if somebody told us, we still wouldn't really know. We just want to know, how did Tracy lose 21 pounds in 14 days? Tell me that. Okay. We all in, like, she did what? Okay. She lost 21 pounds in 14 days. What she use? Okay. People want to know the stories. So you talk about the ISO tea. This is a cleansing tea. Okay. It is going to rid your body of toxins and chemicals and hormones and pesticides, right? And I don't necessarily know what it's going to do for you as far as your health goes, but I do know, okay, I do know that my friend such and such lost this. I started to use the tea, and I noticed that within 10 days, my waistline shrunk 2 inches. All right. I know that my sponsor, went on a cruise, and he came back, guys, and in 10 days lost 10 pounds. Right. So start to remember these stories, because again, facts tell, stories sell. Talk about the ASOT. Talk about the original flavor. Talk about, the different flavors that we have right now. The lemon tastes amazing, tastes good, tastes like simply lemonade. We have the tropical punch, which is my favorite. Okay. Mixing the two together, you have a delicious treat. And then, of course, we have the watermelon cleanse. And these are instant teas that you can just, detox on the go or cleanse on the go. We don't say detox anymore. We say cleanse. Okay. These are teas that you can cleanse on the go. You just rip it open, pour it into your water bottle, shake it up, drink it, and go, guys. That's an instant cleanse on the go, right? And then, of course, we have the NutriBurst. The NutriBurst is a multivitamin. It's liquid, 98% absorption rate. You're getting all of your vitamins. You're getting all of your minerals. One capful is equivalent to having 10 whole grain salads. Okay, guys, I don't have to go into, it has riboflavin. I don't have to go into, did I say it right? Did I say it right? Riboflavin. Did I say riboflavin? The R word, okay? It has R word, and it's delicious. It's good for your body, okay? So I didn't have to go the first time I said it right, riboflavin. whatever. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. I didn't have to go into it has biotin. Even sometimes because I'm in the beauty industry, I'll say that, right? I didn't have to go into the 72 minerals or the 19 amino acids or the 13 whole foods and greens. Even though I know this, you don't have to go into all that. You can say it has a 98% absorption rate. It's great for your system. 1 capful is equivalent to eating 10 whole green salads. Okay. I know women that take this NutriBurst, men that take the NutriBurst, kids take it. Just come up with something that you can say, and you can read it if you want to. Now, listen, I can't see, right? If I don't have my glasses on, I'm not going to be able to read it like that, but you can read it, all right? But remember, again, facts tell and stories sell. The NutriBurst is amazing. I noticed that when I started to use the NutriBurst, my skin started glowing. My nails started growing. My hair was fuller. Different things. Just find the stories, okay? And we have plenty of stories of people using the products that you can absolutely use, okay? And then, of course, the NRG, natural raw energy, okay? It has an ingredient, key point, has an ingredient in it called 5-HTP that sends happy signals to your brain. It's going to improve your mood, okay? And you could burn an extra 300 calories a day. I had a girlfriend who was working, night shift, and she was taking, Red Bull. She was having these headaches. She was having the jitters, okay? Then when she went home, she couldn't even sleep. I introduced her to the NRG. Guys, she take the NRG. She had that natural energy and still was able to go home and rest like she needed to. But then she started to notice that she was feeling happier, and because the NRG helps you to burn calories, she started losing weight as well. Okay. So just start collecting the stories. One of the reasons why we are doing the summertime fine challenge, okay, one of the reasons why is for the stories. Okay. We want you guys to have the stories. We want you to consistently use the product so that you can have a story, but also you can start to use the stories of other people. When you have a story, a personal story, and you can say, hey, listen, I was taking these 3 products consistently for 30 days, and I dropped 3 dress sizes. I dropped 4 dress sizes. I found myself feeling happier. Okay. One of the young ladies who was taking the challenge with me, she's in her 50s, but her waistline is in her 20s. Use my story. Use my story, right? Whatever you need to do. But the reason we're doing this is for the stories because, again, remember, and type it into the chat, facts tell, but stories sell. Okay. So the products, 7 minutes, right? That's all you need to go over the products, right? Now we're at about 19, 20 minutes. The whole presentation should only take you about 30 minutes. All right. 30, 35 minutes tops, right? So next slide, please, Mr. Scott. Of course, the stories, real people, real stories, real results. All right. We have tons of people. You can even look at all of the testimonies on social media. But as you can see, we have men and women who are having amazing results using our products. And we want to be able to offer these products to you. Okay. All you have to do is actually get started. But before we go into actually getting the products, I want to shift gears and talk to you why everybody is excited because we actually get to share the products and make profit. So you always want to have a transition into the products to actually being able to earn income from these are the products that you can use, but you know what? What's even more exciting is the fact that we can share our excitement about the products, we can use the products, but because we have tapped into the industry of drop shipping, guys, we're able to actually make money every single day, every single week, every single month. And it is because of right? Always have this transition, okay? Just start thinking about how you're going to transition from the products to the money, all right? Now, this is a done for you drop shipping business. I love the fact that with Total Life Changes, you can operate your business from the comfort of your home or your phone, and you can operate your business in over 150 different countries around the world, okay? Next slide. Thank you. Right now, when you decide to partner with us here at Total Life Changes, guys, listen, we have an amazing community. All right. You will have access to our online app. All right. You will have access to actually being able to see your business from the comfort of your phone. Everything will be virtual. You'll be able to join our community with our Rebirth University, and it's going to give you all the training that you need in order to have a successful online business. But I want to share with you guys how you are actually able to get paid. Okay. Now, the compensation plan, guys, is the fourth part. And next to compensation plan, I want you to put down 5 minutes. Okay. 5 to 7 minutes, right? 5 to 7 minutes. That is your compensation plan. Now, we have a partnership plan here at Total Life Changes, and we like to call it the 50-50-50 partnership plan. We get paid 5 ways. However, three of the five, we're actually getting a 50% commission, and that is a true partnership. Now, you don't have to understand, everything in detail, but I'm going to share with you guys really quickly how we're able to get paid. The first way is through our retail commissions. That is the first 50% partnership commission that we have here at Total Life Changes. Listen, when you get started with us and a person goes to your website, they purchased a product, and all of our products have points attached to it. Okay, just say that amazing NutriBurst that I was sharing with you guys that has a volume point of 40. If someone goes to your website, they purchase the NutriBurst, the company is going to process the order. They're going to ship the order out to your customer, and then you're still getting the 50% commission. So if it's 40 volume points, you're going to get 50% of that, and that is $20. Okay, so you're getting 50% commissions from each and every person that goes to your website and purchases a product. Just imagine, and this is something that I like to do so that it makes sense to people and it's easy for them to understand. I always give an example. For example, if you had 5 people go to your website and purchase one product a day, that is $100 a day. That's $700 a week. That's an extra $2,800 a month. Could you use the extra $2,800 a month? Most people are going to say yes. Who's going to say no to an extra $2,800 a month, right? So make it simple for people to understand. 50% commission with the retail, okay? Now, the second way we get paid is what we call our referral bonus, okay? And that's pretty much what we're doing right now. Say, for instance, you have someone that they see the results that you're having. They see that you're living a healthier lifestyle. They see that, your skin is glowing. They see that you're making extra money and they say, hey, I want to do it too. Well, when you refer them to partner with us here at Total Life Changes, whatever products that they get started with, guys, you are going to get 50%. You're going to get half. Remember, every product that we have has points attached to it. All right. And just say all of our amazing health and wellness products have 40 volume points. All right. If a person gets started with one product, you just made $20. If they get started with two products, $40. If they get started with 5 products, ladies and gentlemen, you just made $100. And that's from one person. Okay. Imagine if you refer 2 people or even 3 people, and we have product packages to fit every budget. So a person can get started wherever they can afford. But whatever they get started with, you're going to get a 50% commission. And there's no limit to how many people you can actually refer. Okay. Number 3, binary commission. This is where people get mixed up. Okay. This is where people get confused. This is where people start sweating bullets. All right. But guys, it's really simple. The binary commission, because binary is only two. I have been in companies where they say binary and binary is 12. Okay. Or binary is 7. Or binary. I thought you said 2. How did binary turn to 4? That's quadrary. I don't know. Like, here at Total Life Changes, binary is exactly that, right? The binary commission. And guys, here's the great thing, because we have the presentation right in front of us, even if you are not comfortable, okay? Even if you are not comfortable with explaining the binary, You can just keep it simple, okay? You can kiss it and keep it moving. The binary commission, guys, listen. The binary commission is when you have two teams and you're able to make up, between 10 to 30% in your binary commission. Whichever side that you have that has the least amount of volume, the company pays you 10 to 30% every single week. Say every single month. That binary and trinary, they gave me PTSD. I got confused real quick, right? But even if you can't explain all of it, just say that, right? You're able to get paid between 10 to 30% on the volume of your lesser leg, right? Now, guys, with this one way of pay, there is a cap. You are capped off at $30,000 a week. It used to be 20, but now we're growing exponentially, and now they increased it to 30% to $30,000 a week, right? That's just a simple way to explain it. Right. But if you really read it and really look at it, you say you build two teams, a team on your left and a team on your right. Whichever side has the least amount of volume, the company is going to pay you between 10 to 30%. Just say, for instance, you have 700 points on your left and you have 600 points on your right. That means you're going to get paid between 10 to 30% on the volume of the lesser side, which in this case would be the 600 points, right? That's real simple. All right. So do not freak out about the binary commission. It's a team on the left, a team on the right. You get paid between 10 to 30% on the volume of your lesser leg. That's it. Right. Now, you can go into detail if you have time. The great thing about binary commission, this is where the residual income comes into play. This is how you're able to make people, make money from people that you do not know, because as people start to join you and join your organization and join the people that join you, guys, you're going to have people in your binary that you absolutely have no clue who they are, but just because they are in your binary. And this is why timing and positioning is so important. This is why you want to get started as quickly as possible, because as people start to come in, they're either going to go above you or beneath you. You want them to go beneath you because you're able to get paid from their binary. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Those are things that you can say, right? You absolutely can do the math, right? This is where this slide comes into play. You actually enroll two people, that makes you binary qualified. Now, when your two people enroll two people, now you have six people in your organization. Okay, one and one don't, one and one may equal two, but two and two don't equal four. Okay, enrolling two people can turn into 20 people, can turn into 30 people in your organization, and it can go really quickly. Okay, so you do the math. Two people turn to four people turn to eight people turn to 16 people, and it continues to grow. And this is why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, that you get yourself in position tonight, because we're growing and we're growing fast, and you do not want to miss out. Okay, so create a sense of urgency so that they can see it just makes sense to get started because of the timing and positioning, right? So, next slide. And guys, I'm still within the 7 minutes and I'm still training on it. So that lets you know how fast you can actually go through, the actual presentation. Now, number 4, ladies and gentlemen, is the matching bonus. It is the 50% matching bonus. This is going to be the last time that you hear me say 50%. Now, remember, I said when you refer someone to the company, there's no limit to how many people you can refer. When you refer someone to the company, guys, those are going to be people that we say are in your first generation, your first level, the people who are directly connected to you. And whenever they earn a commission in the binary, guys, you get a 50% check match. Let me explain this to you, okay? Give them an example because the check match is really exciting. Let me explain this to you. If, say, for instance, let me look at a name, Miss Waveney, okay? Miss Waveney, she actually earned $1,000 in the binary commission. Because you referred Miss Waveney, guys, you're going to get that 50% check match, which is $500, okay? Just say, for instance, you enrolled Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia goes out there and she earns $1,000 in the binary. Just because you referred Miss Patricia, you just made $500. So give people really simple examples, okay? And simple examples that they can add up in their head really quickly, and make sure that it's exciting when you add it up. All right. If Miss Sharon goes out there and she makes $5,000 in the binary. Okay. She's going to get her $5,000, but just because you refer her, you're going to get $2,500. Okay. So give those examples to people so they can truly understand this is like the best way that a person can get paid. And this is probably the main reason why they need to refer as many people as they can. All right. Because they are on that first level and they are getting a 50% check match. Right. Now, of course, you have your first level. And as your people start to refer people, all those people are what we consider your second level, your second generation. And based off of your rank in the company, and as you start to grow in the company, you're going to reach different ranks. But just getting started, guys, just think people on your second level, you're able to earn between 10 to 50% on your second level as well. Okay, so that means your person's person, you're able to get paid. You can give them an example. Okay, just think about how many people you refer to a restaurant. Did the restaurant give you a 50% bonus of whatever that person's bill was? Absolutely not. Okay, when you refer someone to the movie, all right, when you refer someone, and these are jokes that I use, feel free to use them. Okay, when you referred someone to that Tyler Perry movie, Medea Goes to Mars, all right, did Tyler Perry send you a check for everybody that you referred to watch this movie? Absolutely not. But here at Total Life Changes, everyone that we refer to join the company is going to give you a 50% check match bonus from their binary commissions. So you're getting paid to help people to grow and to make money. Okay. That's the fourth way of pay. And then, of course, the fifth way of pay is our lifestyle our lifestyle bonus, which is $1,500 a month that the company pays you once you reach the rank of national director. Okay, national director is one of our top our top ranks. All right. And I've been in companies where they offer cars, they offer different incentives. But here at Total Life Changes, because our leaders understand, okay, the importance of having money, they pay us in money. $1,500 a month that you're able to do whatever you want to do, whether you want to save it for your kids' college tuition, okay? And we say things that are important to people so that they can see themselves actually using the money for something important other than a car, okay? You want to save it for your kids' college tuition. You want to use it for family vacations every month, okay? You want to put it towards charity, just different things other than, cars or flashy things like that, because again, we want people to feel like they have a purpose, like this is something that will be purposeful for them, okay? But also that it makes sense, right? So going over the compensation plan, guys, should take you no more than 5 to 7 minutes. All right. So next slide, please. All right. So the closeout. Okay. The closeout is the last part of the presentation, and that should take you about 3 to 5 minutes. And of course, you want to tell people, hey, let's launch your business. All right. It is time to launch your business. This is an exciting time to be a part of a home based business because there are different benefits in having an online business. There are benefits in having a home based business. Mainly, there's a lot of tax benefits when it comes to having a home based business. Next slide, because you ain't got to stay on this slide long. Next. Okay, that's the end. Perfect. Okay, so listen, you want to let people know, hey, listen, there are different ways that you can kind of get started when you are starting your Total Life Changes business. You have to get a product package. We have product packages to fit any budget. You can get started with our top package. I always like to start with the top package, get the scary part out the way first, all right? And get your hand out of people's pockets, because a lot of times people are afraid to talk about the top package first because they start thinking about what they don't have. They start thinking about, don't nobody have $1,500. You'd be surprised who has $1,500. Okay. Start with the top package first. There are people, listen, I remember one time when I was new in starting my Total Life Changes business. And it just totally shocked me, that this transpired, right? This completely shocked me. But it was a young lady. She was a single mother, okay, 3 children, 3 young girls. And, but she came in every week to get her hair done. I was happy with that, right? And so I knew that she needed to lose weight. I knew that she needed extra money because, when you're hairstylist, people tell you all their business. Sometimes you don't even want to hear it, but they tell you everything, okay? So I knew that she needed some extra money. I knew that she was in a position where she really needed to change, all right? And so I introduced her to Total Life Changes, okay? And I did not, because of her situation, I did not tell her about the top package, okay? I told her about, three products, the NRG, the NutriBurst, and the tea. All right. I just told her about those three because she needed those three. And I remember her telling me that she didn't have any extra money. Okay. She was like, "Oh girl, I don't have no extra money. Give me, about another month or so and I'll be ready." Okay. Guys, we're in Atlanta. They announced the Beyonce concert. Okay. They announced the Beyonce concert. And this same young lady who did not have money to get started in business, who did not have money to, spend a couple of $100s on her health, the same young lady, right, sitting in my chair, heard about the Beyonce concert, went onto her phone and purchased the $1,500 Beyonce ticket. Okay. It completely shocked me. But it also let me know that when people say they don't have the money to get started, they're lying. They do have the money to get started. They just don't see the value in spending that money to get started. Okay. And this is why we have to get out of people's pockets, get in their head, but get out their pocket. Okay. Because we do not know the money that people have and we do not know what they are willing to spend their money on. So we're going to start with the top package first and let them know the benefits of actually getting started with the top product package. Okay. Now, if they really don't have it, all right, if they really don't have it, we can go down a notch and go to the premier package, which is $659. All right. Now, if anybody is really, really, really serious about their business and they really, really, really want to make money, more than likely they're going to go with the premier package if they cannot afford the elite kit. Okay. $659. You want to make sure that you have enough products to sip, sample, and sell. I always say that. You want to have enough products that you can sip, sample, and sell. All right. If you sell the package, and we're going to teach you exactly how you can recoup your initial investment and double it if you follow the system. All right. Which they can double their money. If they do it right, they can triple their money, right? But we have to make sure that people understand the value and actually just investing in their brand new business. All right. So just going over that. That should tell you, I mean, as you close it out, let people know, hey, get back with the person that invited you to hear this information. Get your business started tonight. And I want to be the first to welcome you to the team and to the family. And congratulations on your new business venture with Total Life Changes. Guys, that should take you 35 minutes tops. But as long as you have the outline of what you need to say, do not let the presentation freak you out, okay? And just know if you have the outline and you understand exactly what to do, the host, the opening, the company, the leadership, the products, the comp plan, the closeout, okay? Even if there is a glitch, and you can't even bring up the presentation. If you have that basic outline, you'll be able to do the presentation. The hosting, the intro, the company, the leadership, the products, the comp plan, the closeout. That's all you need to have in order to do a successful presentation. All right. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just gave you a 30-minute presentation in 40 minutes. Okay. I broke it down in 40 minutes how you can have a presentation and have fun with it. Do not let these presentations freak you out. Have fun with it. Okay. Nobody, even when you go see a presentation somewhere else, guys, you are going to fall asleep. You're going to be slobbing by the mouth, head hitting the table. If you go somewhere and somebody is like, Bueller, the NRG, the NutriBurst, the tea. Nobody wants to hear that. Have fun with it. All right. Guys, this is your business. This is you know, your purpose, your passion, whatever it is to you. So you definitely want to make sure that you have fun. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is, of course, I am going to open up the call for anyone who has any questions or comments, statements, anything that you want to add. Just go ahead and unmute your mic.
Thank
Can
you
you
so
hear
much,
me?
Miss Nikki, for that. Thank you so much. Thank you much. I really feel a little bit more comfortable. But how do we get the slides? How do we
Um,
get the
well, Well, the presentation is actually downloaded into the both Telegram groups and on the
Okay.
Rebirth University. So it,
Okay.
it is in a Telegram group.
Thank you.
Is it on
Just
Team
go to
Unity
links.
Training yet? It's not. I know we're trying to get it on there. Do we have a problem uploading it on Team Unity Training?
Oh no, I think it's on there too. I think it is on there.
Everything that we need that's inside the Data Dream should be on the. It should be on there. That means the calendar, the presentation, compensation plan. Those three things that we normally recommend in the Data Dream. If it's not there now,
Okay.
we'll look to make sure it's up there tonight. But you guys
Yeah.
should have an
Awesome.
updated presentation on that right there. So and always go there. That's why I say go there. So when you go to the Team Unity training, and everybody you say when they join to go there, they'll see the Telegram groups. They'll see the Dare to Dream. They'll see the compensation. They'll see everything that you need that you can actually help them learn to succeed and present and everything else. So
Okay.
make sure everybody's using that site.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, beautiful.
Miss Nikki, I just want
Thank
to
you.
say
Thank you, Miss Nikki.
you. Hello?
Okay, go ahead, Tammy. I heard somebody else, but go ahead, Tammy.
Okay. They excited like me. I'm excited too. And I actually did one yesterday. Got home, didn't realize the time. Got home like 10 minutes to 7. It was so crazy. But y'all, one thing I want to remind y'all is because people don't, ask people to put their cameras on, and a lot of people don't use their real names. So I've been trying to figure out who all was on. So I had to go back to everybody invited because a lot of people confirmed, but I think one time I looked, they had 13 or 14 people on. So I wasn't sure. So I had to go and just reach out and tell people, thank you for getting on, which you like best before our other call came up on. But I wanted to say that, so make sure unless you have another team member that can write down the names of the people that's on, because I was such a prank, and Nikki, you already know I ain't gotta tell you about that. you know, Ooh, Nikki had to throw me out the nest, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Too crazy. I ain't gonna tell you. Oh my God. I was but thank you so much because you made it so simple, and like you said, have fun with it. But and you do need to time yourself because I think I talked too long on my introduction. So get your own elevator pitch down so you get your story and share really quick so you can have that time left, because the thing actually cut off on me last night when I was giving my call to action. But a lot of them said, "Oh, something happened. My thing cut off." So they
Hmm.
just thought something happened. They didn't realize the presentation had ended.
Right.
So I just want to say thank you for that. And I had another question, but went to laughing at myself and forgot it. But thank you so much. I'm excited about these nuggets. And I'm really, I'm actually leaving for Florida tonight or in the morning, depending on, we waiting for my son boss to tell him whether he got to go in the morning or not. But I had a lady that was on, she came to the house and she said, this time I took notes. So I was trying to get her to do a three-way, but she do so much of stuff. But she wanted to do one Thursday, and I might be driving tomorrow. So I told her if not, we could do it Saturday. And she's so and or
Yeah.
this way because I was telling Courtney and some other people that I need them to start practicing, and I
Right.
printed it out for them so we could sit there and write some stuff out and practice them. And, no, I don't want to do that. I ain't gonna do that part. I said, but even when you're talking to somebody one on one, you can have that presentation. You still got to know it. So,
Right.
guys, whether you want to do a Zoom or not, it's still important that you learn this, because when you're talking to people, this your talking point.
Hmm.
You got to, if you sit down one on one with somebody, you want to be able to do this. And I remember they used to call it a napkin presentation, but learn this. So thank you so much for
You're
making it
welcome.
so simple. I'm ready.
Good. Awesome. You are definitely ready. You ready.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Scott.
No. So she just good stuff. I mean, what were you about to say to her? Get and finish what you
Well,
about.
no, I just when she said she was thrown out of the nest, we throwing everybody out the nest because when I threw Tammy, and I think I told Mr. Scott, I said, okay, Tammy, I need you to do the product. She was like, why you ain't tell me that before? Okay. Why you ain't tell me this yesterday? Cause I ain't have to. You know what
Exactly.
to do. All right. You know what to do. We all know what to do. So go ahead, Mr. Scott.
Yeah, that's exactly how it has to be. Because the thing is this, everybody been watching long enough, so we know exactly what to do. And sometimes people just need the extra, just to get on out there. Now the funny thing is this: once she did it, you just did it. After she did it, once people do it, and they see they're still alive. They most times you can't wait to do it again. A lot of people can't wait. You were so happy after it happened. You were like, Mr. Scott, I'm doing a call. Get on this call. You was ready to get me on the call, but it takes that first. But the thing is, guys, Nikki did a great job on sharing this information tonight because this is a part of the process of leadership. This is a part of the process of leadership, learning to present, learning to be a valued leader in the organization. When we be doing presentations, like even on the rebirth, we always asking who else is ready, and they always ask me, and I be dropping names, but who's ready are the people who's actively doing it, who's actually in mode, who's doing presentations. And people don't always have to, you don't always have to have 20 people on a call. You just got to just do it. So Nikki gave you all the pointers. I know them by heart because even without when you've done a presentation so many times without even looking at the presentation, I can just look at the note she's talking about right now, just hosting. I know I once from this right here, I can do a presentation just from this right here without even looking at the product, looking at anything else, because I know I can just you didn't did it in much, but you have to do it on a regular to get to into that mode. But the greatest thing is the people that you're sharing it with, they don't know how it's supposed to go. They don't know. That's why when Tammy was done, the lady hit you back and was like, even though I cut off, she's like, do one for me on Thursday. You know why? Because you were dope. You was dope in real life. You did a great job in real life. She had no clue about nothing else except for the fact that you did the presentation. She liked the way what she heard, and she was like, can you do one for me? Can we do another one on Thursday? Because she recognized that you did a great job. And everybody on this call, guys, we have the same ability. So Nikki, you did a great job giving those pointers. Let me just say this, you guys, write this down real quick, just as an addition to it, because when you do these things, and I always like to train on top of the train. I'm not going to train what she's talking about, but it's for you to understand why you do and what's going to happen. One, when you present, these are things that's going to happen when you present. Because when you start to present, you're in this network marketing space that we are in, any space. All right, there's things that start to happen. One, you establish yourself as an authority. You know why I like doing presentations? Because I know I establish myself as an authority. When I tell people, let me meet you on Zoom, and I'm establishing myself as an authority. Presenting, whatever it is you're going to present, especially in this space we're in, you're sharing the knowledge. It builds credibility. It builds trust. It makes others more inclined to seek your guidance, to seek your service, to be a part of what you got going on, to want to be a part of your team. You know how you know it, Tammy? Because you talking, the lady said, do one for me. You know what that meant? Because she saw you as a leader, saw you as an authority. She didn't say, hey, can you get Nikki on the call? Can you get somebody to do a call for me on Thursday? No, she said, can you do the call? You know why? Because you established yourself as an authority when you did the presentation, and she saw you as one. All right. The second thing is it enhances your communication skills. The more that you present, the better you get at communicating. The more you keep talking about it, you'll naturally, and Tammy just said it, you present because you're going to be saying these things to people anyway. When you're doing a one-on-one, somebody asks you about the product, asks you about the company. So someone do a three-way with you, they're asking questions, and you did the presentation. You can talk about any component about the company because you've been doing the presentations. You'll know how to talk about the compensation plan. You know how to talk about the company. You know how to talk about Jack and John. You know how to talk about Twyla and Darry. You know how to talk about the rebirth or unity. You know how to talk about your sponsor or your leadership. You'll know all these different things because it will enhance your communication skills. So it's important that when you do it, you know that that's what I said, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. I know when I don't do it regularly, I get rusty. That's why I just do them. I do them all the time because I know me. I got so much going on with life and everything else. By the time, if I take 3 or 4 days, 5 days before I'm doing a launch call or presentation, I too be like, when you, but it allows you to have a flow when you've been doing it so regularly. You know how to transition. That's why when they added the new presentation, as soon as they got the new presentation, I went to Peggy's house, threw it on the screen, and that was my first time looking at it while I'm doing a home party. And I was able to just go, because I've been doing the presentation so long, no matter what they're talking about, I can look at it one time and just say, and don't have to read everything on it. Number 3 is it boosts your confidence. It boosts your confidence. Nikki, you know how you know it's true? Nikki threw her out the nest. After she did it, her confidence boosted. She did it on her own. It boosted her confidence. You know what I'm saying? And so overcoming the challenges of public speaking is important for most people. Once you overcome those challenges of public speaking, it does something different for yourself. And you got to that's what we say, get good here so you can be great out there. Get good in a small environment, 1 or 2, 3, 4 people to get better out there. All right, so you can get this thing going. Number 4, expand your network. And expand your network. Because if you have me doing the training, Tammy doing the training, Corey doing the training, the lady doing the training, Coach Catherine doing the training, we all, I'm not training, I'm a presentation, we are presenting. She's talking to 3 people, she's talking to 2 people, she's talking to 4 people. By the time we all in your group and we're talking to all these individuals that day, you've had about 10 presentations with about 5 people on each presentations. You know what I'm saying? You got about 40, 50 people that's been exposed. Your team is moving volume. Your team is getting new people in because you plus other people are presenting. That's what we need as a leadership team, for everybody to be presenting in this space themselves. And number 5, it accelerates your personal development. I know we took this train a little bit longer than tonight, but I just want to throw those things so you guys know when you're doing this stuff, there's a purpose behind it. And I need everybody, because the reason why I have to give this extra, because this week, closing out this month, everybody on this call that you have a Zoom call scheduled and do it like this week right here. Everybody, I told you last week to put it on your calendar and let me know. Only a handful of people said, Mr. Scott, I'm doing the presentation. Everybody could have did it. Every single person right now can say, I'm doing one at Thursday at this time, Friday at this time. So every one of you on this time can say, I'm going to do it. Then you call people and get people onto everybody. But now that you got the steps, now that you know what to do, I'm going to upload this directly right after this. It's going to be on the site, so you guys can go to and I post into our Facebook group, so you can go there and watch this training again and go through it again if you need to. But just learn the components of it, follow along with the presentation, and schedule some things this week, and then just invite people to it. And don't wait for us to do it. Don't wait for nobody else to do it for you. Do it yourself, and then say, I'm going to do a call here. Mr. Scott, can you be available for a 3-way? Miss Nikki, can you be available for a 3-way? Hey, Miss Tammy, I'm going to do my call. Can you be available for a 3-way? You just know that once you do it, we'll be on the backside, the 3-way to call and answer any additional questions and things like that. But you got to be on the front. We need everybody right now stepping up as leaders. This quarter right here is leadership development. First quarter, you guys watch. This next quarter, you guys you're gonna get on the field too. We banged up already. We on the side. Our helmets are off right now. We like, yo, I need somebody else. I done got too many daggone concussions right now. Get your behind on the field, Miss Saunders. I need somebody else right now. Don't sit here and go, ooh, every time, ooh, don't ooh me. Get your butt too and get banged up. All right, get out there too, Coach Catherine. So I can go, ooh. That from my side. All right, give us the ability to go ooh, like you've been going ooh. Don't go ooh, you rocked it, Mr. Scott. I don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. So I appreciate you, Miss Nikki Alexandria. Great call today, young lady. I wanted to just share those other things with everybody. But let me turn it back to you, young lady.
Oh no. Oh, Liz, it's really nothing else to say. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight for our Wednesday night leadership mastery, and that's what it is. Leadership mastery. This next season, we are leading from the front. Okay. So I love you guys. Have an awesome and amazing and fantabulous Wednesday. Let's go out there and change some lives, starting with ourselves first. All right. Love you guys. Unmute your mics and say good night.
Good
Love you,
night.
Nikki.
Night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Love you guys.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Miss Nikki.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you.